So, hello, welcome Region 4. Man, I can't talk today. This is your Meet Your Neighbor, and this week we are meeting somebody who a lot of you all know, but now in these times we have a different kind of view on people. So we're going to reintroduce you to Mr. Lou Keene. Say hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. I couldn't help it.
So Lou, for those who don't know you, what is your title and what do you do at CDOT?
My title is I'm the central program, one of the central program resident engineers. That's not my whole title because there's not enough room on the card for that. But I'm a resident engineer in the central program. And my unit number is 4640.
Okay, that's always big for the engineer side. Yes,
I know.
And how long have you been with CDOT?
I've been with CDOT for 15 years now. I started with CDOT in July of 2005. So I'm just coming up on it right now.
Okay.
I started right after the 4th of July holiday in 2005.
Okay. Oh yeah, there's holidays. I forget that holidays even happen.
Yeah, they do. Every day's a holiday.
Oh, there you go. I love your attitude, Lou. So I want to get into more about you, but you have the greatest story about the flood in 2013. Can you?
No.
I just love your what happened with. Can you give a quick recap just because it was fascinating to me?
You got to tell me which one. I mean, because there's more than a few stories to the flood of 2013. So
give me an overview of the impact to you personally with the floods. How's that?
Wow. You know, I mean, I think if you're talking about what happened to me on August 28, 2013.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's what you mean, but yeah, on August 28, 2013, which was a few weeks before the whole event started, I was out for a mountain bike ride after work on a Wednesday afternoon. I had a heart attack. And so I don't think that's what you were asking me about.
No, I was thinking about your car, but that's actually quite fascinating that happened right before then.
Yeah, it happened right before then. And, you know, you might say I was surprised. And I hadn't been planning to have a heart attack. So
we all do.
Yeah, and I was whisked away, you know, to the hospital. And but when I got out and I started my recovery at about the same time it started raining.
Oh man.
So a big part of what I had to do right away is get my exercise routine back up again. And it's a good thing I had an exercise routine before all that happened. Or I might not be sitting here right now. But as I was walking every day, I was singing in the rain because it started raining. And then finally, I guess the official date is on September 11th. They declared an emergency in Colorado. And by then, I have a view at the end of my street on the Big Thompson. And the whole, what is normally pasture land was completely underwater. And, you know, the water was like a nasty color, grayish brown, black rather, with stuff in it. And so, you know, you could tell things were really ramping up. And by then the news reports were such that I knew that it was really hitting us on the chin. So I started reaching out to headquarters, Region 4 headquarters, and Keith Schaefer, begging to come back to work. And if anyone who's ever been out of work for things like that, understand you can't come back until your doctor says it's okay. So I arrived back at the office on September 16th.
And your office looks very different at that point.
Yeah, my office was 8 foot under the Platte River. So, you know, our original office, I'm actually, and I hesitate to even call myself that anymore, but I'm one of the 2 Evans resident engineers. So our residency, the Evans residency, was in the floodplain of the Platte River. And we really found out. We had about 6 or 7 personal vehicles in the parking lot. They had gone out to close some roads and left their personal vehicles overnight in the residency. And the bottom line is we never came back. I saw Chris got me some pictures from a boat, you know, of my CDOT vehicle, you know, underwater, like with water to the top of the windshield. And so, and that was really a great office. Anybody that ever worked over at the Evans residency knows that it was just a special location with lots of some agricultural properties and lots of animals and parkland. So, And it was,
So
at the
you've been,
time, it was the nicest office in the region.
yeah, it's a little different now.
Yeah, it is a
Uh,
little different now.
so you've been through a flood, and now you're in a global pandemic.
Don't forget the cyber event.
Oh, and cyber,
Who
yeah,
can
that's
forget that
true.
little hiccup?
We just need some locusts and we're good.
Yeah, I think some parts of the country have them this year.
So how are you dealing with all the COVID stuff? How are things been going with you?
I think, all things considered, and you probably hear this a lot, I think pretty good. I feel really fortunate to work for CDOT. And I feel very fortunate to have a job that I'm able to take on the road and work from home, and get a paycheck. And we were fortunate also, my wife is in the same position. So with our kids coming home from school, and I have 2 children, one's 19, so it's not really a kid, and then a 9-year-old. So,
I think we've seen
I
a
think,
few of them passing behind you.
yeah, it's summer vacation here. Not for me, but for everyone else in the house. So yeah. And that's why I'm happy to just be plugged in with my headphones on. Most of my days are like this right here. So
Gotcha.
I think we've been doing really good. I really miss the human contact. I really miss seeing, work is a big part of my life. It's a big part of all of our lives, just from a percentage basis, the time we spend there and the people we spend that time with. I really, I feel really blessed that we have such fantastic relationships. And so I really miss that one-on-one. And that's why I'm really glad to use the camera as much as it makes sense. And to be able to see each other has really been awesome.
Yep.
We're making it.
Now,
I feel like we've got to pace ourselves though.
yeah. Well, and now one of the crossovers between your personal life and your work life is you actually have a relative who works there at CDOT. A lot of people don't even know you guys unless we see you both together, whether I was probably working for a year till I knew you guys were related.
Yeah.
Who am I talking about, Lou?
You were talking about my brother, Mike.
Yeah.
He's the handsome, smart one.
How is it working with a brother?
It's interesting, considering that my brother's probably more of an engineer. I mean, when it boils right down to a pure engineer than I am. So I think we've always had interesting conversations in that respect. It's great. I mean, it just adds to it, really. It's nice to be able to see family in the daytime, and we go to lunch occasionally. That's really nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. I have a great relationship with my brother, and
That's cool.
yeah, I enjoy all of our time together.
So,
And we spend just a little bit of time at work. Most of the time, we're really working hard.
I gotcha. So when you do get to unplug and you actually get to enjoy time away from the office, what do you like to do?
I mean, we're active. We love to be outdoors. The family, the people you keep seeing going back and forth here. I think we're an outdoor family. We moved to Colorado in pursuit of the outdoors. We've been living here in Loveland for 20 years. We have great access to the mountains. I love to ski. We love to ride. We love to hike. So, I mean, probably if you were to talk to me personally about what's near and dear to my heart is cycling. I really enjoy cycling, road cycling, mountain biking. I can't imagine life without it. Wintertime, I love to snow ski and just get out in the mountains in the wintertime. Is fantastic. So life outside.
Awesome. Well, Lou, thank you so much for giving us your time today. And
My pleasure.
I'm sure we'll be seeing you around the office hopefully soon.
Yeah, I hope I see everyone soon. And please, everyone stay safe. Let's stay in touch. Stay connected. Thanks a lot for your time today too, Jared.
You bet. Thanks, Lou. Bye.
Yep.